Hello everyone and welcome back to the Warrior Cat's Behind-the-Paws episodes. And it is that time of week again that oh so many of you really enjoy. And this week we are going to be creating more of your original character Warrior Cats who you have left in the comments of our previous videos. And there are so many amazing cats. If you guys ever need inspiration for cats that you want to make, or to see other people's amazing ideas for your role plays or for some of your stories that you write or draw or animate, there's so much talent in the Warrior Cats community. It's amazing. Then be sure to flip through those comments because they're fantastic. We get almost 2,000 of them every time we create your cats, and that's very encouraging. I don't know if I could ever make 2,000 cats times however many Behind the Paws episodes we have, but I sure am going to give it my best, and we are going to be making a whole bunch of the cats that you guys have. Hopefully in the future I'll even be able to have them up on their very own fancy website so anybody could download them, add them to their Sims 3 game, and play with them in their clans. You guys might be able to have a lot of fun being able to share like on the amiibo, or you might be able to share on Twitter or even in the comments section what those cats get up to, and I just think that'd be such a fun way for us to share our creations together. So if you want to share your creation, as always, make sure you check down in the comments section. I should have a post that's pinned that will explain the rules. I'm currently on a romantic vacation retreat up in the lakes of the Great Lakes around Michigan with my beloved Chips though, so I may not have had internet to be able to post that. So if you're curious about the rules for our submission of your original character Warrior Cats, be sure to check the previous episodes or ask the amazing people we have in the community. So finally got the PSA sort of stuff out of the way, and we're gonna start. Are you guys ready for this? And I have a brand new way to find the cats that we are going to be using. There's a new little random generator that you can use for YouTube comments that I found, and it's fantastic, and it dug through all 2,300 of the comments left on one of our previous Behind the Paws videos and plucked out from amongst them Dreaming Angel 027's cat Dark Diamond. And I actually thought that was pretty intriguing. I don't think I would have ever thought up the name Dark Diamond. So we are going to be creating Dark Diamond. And he is actually going to be part of, and that's kind of an interesting name. So you know what? I think that we're going to add like Dark Diamond, and he actually belongs to Meadow Clan. He's going to be another one of our Meadow Clan cats. And the description for Dark Diamond is actually really interesting because it's so short. A gray male with one white paw, and the rest are all a darker gray. That's really simple. There's nothing about the personality or the history of the cat added in, and I'm actually super excited to take Dreaming Angel's cat and turn them into something completely new in our game, especially because Meadow Clan is full of so much mystery, and they definitely have worked with cats from rogue groups or even cats who may have been part of some more dangerous clan groups before. And I think that's Dark, and his nickname's just going to be Dark's background is that he's actually, even though that fluffy face looks so adorable, from a kind of a gang, really, like a city cat gang, and he has come and joined Meadow Clan for who knows what kind of reasons, and maybe he happens to be, all of you Behind the Paws people will hear this little spoiler, a liaison of some sort between the city cat, I guess I should really call them gangs, so the city cat gangs and Meadow Clan. So let's create Dark. I'm super excited about that. We're going to look over the breeds. It doesn't say if he is a fluffy cat or not, and we have a lot of fluffy cats, so I think I'm actually going to go with the Burmese. There's so many cool different types of breeds we can pick, like a German Rex, let's see, Javanese. The Maine Coon is one of my favorites. Maine Coon and Norwegian Forest Cats are probably two of my favorite cat breeds. I've had a few Maine Coons in the past. You guys may have seen Thursday, our current rescue cat, back at my brother's home, and he is Maine Coon mix, an orange tabby Maine Coon, and I really love him. But we're focusing on Dark Diamond now, so we need to make him kind of, I would say, kind of intimidating. Let's see. I would say maybe the Turkish Angora is probably what I want for him, and we're going to make his fur a little less fluffy. So let's dive into his coat. And he is going to be an all gray male. So we're going to start by making his coat color gray. And I really love fiddling around with like making customized coloring because it really adds, okay, he doesn't need to be green though. You're not like a part of Moss Clan, buddy. I shouldn't have wiggled you around there. All right, let's see. Yeah, we'll make him kind of a darker gray because we have some lighter gray cats and Sea Whisper is kind of like a Russian blue lighter gray. So we'll go with a darker gray cat like this. And then let's jump into editing his marks and spots and dots. And then also Origin updated. So if we have all of these little weird like signs popping up, I apologize. The game updated on me and I'm still trying to convince it that I know how to play Sims 3 after all these years. All right, so we're going to work on his fur type first. I want it to be shorter for sure and not so fluffy a tail. I want his tail. Okay, he could have super fluffy tail. Wow, look at that. But I don't want him to have a fluffy tail. I want him to have shorter fur. And let's see, what's this? Medium length, fluffy rear. You can give him a really fluffy butt, apparently. Or I just want that normal fur length. Let's shrink it down a little bit. Fur density. Wow, you can make his fur density really high. Curliness. I don't think he would have very curly fur. And I feel like his fur length would be shorter. So let's grab this. We're going to make his fur length pretty short. He kind of has like a tough city cat look about him. And his tail length. Interesting. Yeah, oh look, you can make the tail fluffy or you could just make the fur on the bottom of the tail kind of long. That's so cool. I'm going to make the fur on the bottom of his tail kind of long because that seems pretty interesting. And then we need to make his paws different colors. So we're going to add another layer and then we're going to come down to like his body parts, the regions, left front leg. And so one white paw. Let's make the right paw. The one that's white. So we're going to give him a white paw right over here. There we go. Nice and bright. And then the rest are going to be a darker gray. So then we're going to go new layer. Dun dun dun. Markings. Whoops, not markings. Regions. I got it backwards. And thank you guys for letting me know. I think I mentioned this last time too, but that you can indeed save the eye colors. So I might start doing that with really unique eyes. All right. And we want to make it kind of a darker gray. And I sort of want it to climb up his leg, so maybe taller. That seems kind of cool. I think, you know what we're going to do? We're going to come down behind this white paw, and we are actually going to like put a gray... No, keep that one white. Okay, all right, I know what we need to do. I need to put this one down here, and now the white paw's on top, but I want to put behind the white paw... There we go, look! If you look really closely, you can actually see... And let me see if I can... Yeah, look, you can... Oh, that looks so cool. I'm going to make it so it's kind of like a gradient of white fading up into the gray on his body. I like that a lot better. And then let's add in... And then we can actually clone the layers. So copy layers and then switch to his back feet. And I think I'll do like varying heights on these black paws. And let's add in for the left back foot. And there we go. That's pretty fine. I like that. So it looks like he sort of stepped in some markings a little bit. Let's see. And a gray body. I sort of want to ease up the white a little bit on his paw. It's definitely still going to be white, but I want it to be a little bit of a dirtier white. And then I actually want to give him a marking over the top of his body that will rotate. Taking just a minute to kind of rotate and mess with the markings can really help to give the cats a super unique look, which is awesome for when they have kits, as you guys know. I'm going to drag in the gray, and then we're going to lighten it up a little bit. There we go. And then grab this gray and kind of lighten it up. I'm so glad you guys like watching as we make the cats, and it's sort of fun to talk about the behind the scenes of their personalities. This particular cat is a cat of few words, I think, since there's so much freedom in the limited description I was given for making him. He's going to be a cat of few words from a bit of a mysterious background who tends to do what... it tends to do what Petal Star says, but that doesn't mean that he considers her his big boss. Let's just say that. All right, let's see. The tail, I think, yeah, having that long fluffy tail is pretty fun. Fur shape I'm pretty comfortable with. We already kind of fiddled with that. Let's jump down. The eyes, I think we're going to make them gray. I kind of want this to be a cat who more or less is pretty easy to slip into the shadows. You may never notice that he's there. And we'll give him like a lighter gray nose maybe, or maybe let's give him a black nose because that seems to go pretty well. And let's actually edit his eyes just a little bit. Like I said, it takes a lot. I'm going to shrink his eyes down a little bit too. They're a little bit large, aren't they? I don't know. Maybe we'll leave them. But like I mentioned, it actually really pays off to spend just a few moments kind of poking around and altering the genetics just a little bit, because then all of your future cats will look so much more unique than if they just kind of bred with the types of cats that come in the Sims 3 game already. Also, can I change your eyes, buddy? Sad eyes. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, and that reminds me. I was going to give him a scar. Yes, he definitely needs a scar. I just remembered. Dark, we've got to give you a scar. His face looks kind of small for his ears, but I think that may have something to do. That may, you don't want to make a cat look 100% like, oh, that's a beautiful cat all the time. You want to give them a little bit more characteristics than that. Let's see. And let's see if I can snag lollipops. I can't believe that. I wonder if they have downloads that would kind of help to add a ton of markings like this. I don't know. If you guys know if there's like custom cat markings that I could download, then let me know. Ooh, what do you guys think about that? Interesting. All right. Do I want to leave that darker gray, or do I want to kind of make that into a sort of like skinny scar that runs across his face? Let's see. What happens if I would shrink it way down and then drag it? It's really hard to drag things when you're like looking at the cat and you have to go the opposite direction with the mouse. All right. What if no, not down his other eye. It's a lot harder than it looks, guys. That's my only excuse. Oh, it was right there. Now it's over his nose. It's kind of like watching a shadow move across him. Ooh, or maybe down the side like this. That's kind of interesting too. And let's try rotating it a little. Maybe, oh, look at that. That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. That looks awesome. All right, there you go, Dark. So Dark Diamond of Meadow Clan for now. And he's not gonna, there's a collar, spiky collar. That may not be his thing. Or maybe he just hasn't earned it yet. Dun dun dun. We're gonna give him a low voice, and we're gonna go ahead and add in that he's a little bit more aggressive. No, actually, aggressive probably wouldn't suit him because I think he's kind of a cat of the shadows. I would say he's more a destructive hunter, and I think he's quiet because he's a cat of the shadows. So a destructive hunter who's quiet. There we go. That's awesome. And I'm going to put down here, originally created by Dreaming Angel 027. So there we go. Now we're gonna have to find out, and we're gonna put down a mysterious cat of the shadows with a history of running with the city cat gangs. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna have to find out more about Dark Diamond. He is currently a fighter of Meadow Clan, and we'll have to see if he's there for the clan's sake or his own. All right, so that's cat number 1 down. Let's make another one of your fan-submitted kitty cats. Check it out. We ended up with poor little Dawn Step's skin. I had saved that, so now cats will randomly roll in with Dawn Step's skin. But we won't be keeping this because we have a new cat submitted by Speedy Fox AMV, and this one is a cat named Hollow Dusk, another male. And I don't know about you guys, but I think we should all be cheering about the fact we have more males in Meadow Clan. We've definitely needed that. So Hollow Dusk is a male cat with a quiet, aggressive, and loyal personality, green eyes, and Siamese-like markings, only with red fur and black markings. And they like to ally cats, and they've been involved with the city cats in the past. So I think that's really interesting. He's the son of Raccoon Leap, and there's actually an entire website dedicated for the bio, which I thought was pretty amazing. So thank you so much, Speedy Fox AMV. I am going to take Hollow Dusk and bring him to to life. So hollow Dusk, there we go. Bring him to life in Meadow Clan. He will be another one of our Meadow Clan cats, especially because he has run with like city cats before, and he might be kind of prone to trying to be super loyal, maybe finding a new group to be part of, and Meadow Clan is really good at taking in the lost that way. So, I'm so excited. And Siamese markings with red fur, that sounds awesome. So let's start off by going over and grabbing the Siamese cat. Let's see, Javanese Siamese. We're gonna snag the Siamese cat. Is so tiny. Oh my gosh, look at those ears. Oh my goodness, you're a unique one. But you know what, it does look kind of like a Siamese, a little bit like an alien Siamese, but kind of like a Siamese. A Tonkinese is a little bit closer to what I would think the Siamese would look like, so I'm gonna work with the Tonkinese base. Actually, we'll save the Siamese for maybe some very special kitty pets. And then we're going to change the fur color, so we're actually going to go with like red fur, which means I need to play inside like kind of like a fox, I guess, except let's make it a little bit more reasonably red. All right, let's start over here, and then we'll jump in and gently tweak things in the color settings. This is where we're gonna have some very interesting colorings on this cat. I'm gonna have to play with this very carefully. I think maybe red like this is a little bit more acceptable. Wow, and then the black Siamese markings are kind of like right there, but let's make it a little redder, but not too red. We don't want like the cat is on fire sort of red. All right, let's go with this. It doesn't say what, oh yeah, green eyes, green eyes. These are actually a pretty shade of eyes. Huh, we might just play with those a little bit to take out the little bits of blue inside of them. That actually worked out really well. Should I, let's see, that would make a yellow cat. This would make a really red cat. No, I take it back, I take it back. Okay, no, give me back the one I was playing with. I shouldn't have messed with it. Yeah, let me jump in here, and then we're going to wiggle this a little bit to make it a lighter coat. Kind of reminds me of when we were making Dawn. Maybe, I think the contrast would be really good. Kind of like this reddish coloring and then the black lines. So this is a little bit more out there than we would normally design a cat, but I think that this looks good. We're going to remove a few of the markings. We're going to tweak a few of the markings, darken a few of them. Let's see, like this one on the tail. Oh gosh, that's cute though. I really like this cat actually. Normally I wouldn't use these kinds of markings, but this actually looks pretty nice. However, I don't think, well, you know, the back stripe actually does work really well for a cat that's like part Siamese. Gosh, I like it. I actually like it. I know I should probably change up a few more things, but I've never really had a cat that looks like this before. And the markings are just really cool. Maybe if I can darken a few more of the face markings. Yeah, this will help. I think what we'll do is we'll take kind of the reddish markings on some of the body and we'll turn them, whoa, into black markings. How does that look a bit different? Okay, that's probably too black, but let's go for more of the facial markings and we'll change them to black markings instead of gray. And that gives the cat a very startling look, but I kind of like it. And maybe we'll leave the rest that's a little bit more red down the back. Let's see, like this one, if I changed it, ooh, that changes it to black. Yeah, I think it's better balanced out so it kind of blends in a bit more. And I think this is a very startlingly pretty cat. I'm okay with this. I think the only thing that will change a little bit is maybe making the fur shorter so it goes with the Siamese bit. That really changed things in a good way. All right, I like it. Let's back up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and make sure the eyes are a nice bright green. Dun, dun, dun. If not bright green, then at least more green than they are. Like maybe like these. That's kind of too simple though for the kind of cool eyes we just had. All right, let's undo. And we're going to jump in. Blue eyes! How did I get blue? I must have been playing around with some sort of special setting. All right, and we'll kind of darken these a bit. I definitely need darker greens. Darker, darker, darker for the eye colors. All right, let's jump up here. Oh, too dark, too dark. Oh my goodness, it's hard to get green cat eyes actually that look cool, but also kind of realistic. Whoops, no wonder I'm in the wrong section again. All right, so let's darken this up a little bit. hopefully this will be cool. And then we'll come over here. You definitely have to balance it. It's just not pulling it off right. All right. Let's see. Let's start here, jump over here, and this will help me to have like a nice base. There we go. So a nice little base, and then maybe we'll make his eyes. There, that's really pretty actually. Oh, I like him. I like him, guys. Okay, so those are his eyes. I might change his snout just a little bit into a more petite snout. Actually fits him really well, and maybe a lighter colored nose. No, with the black markings he would probably have a black nose. A little bit more of a more petite snout perhaps. Yeah, I actually think that fits him very well. That's really pretty. Okay, I like him. I really do. All right, let's pop over to his personality, and I might change the ears. They kind of fit him though. And we are going to make him quiet. So let's wiggle down to quiet. And he is also aggressive. So we're going to add in that aggressive trait, which is going to be interesting. Quiet and aggressive and loyal might make some very interesting traits indeed. And we actually don't have loyal, even though it's a dog trait, not a cat trait, even though I said you could make loyal cats. So they were going to have proud as a stand-in for being loyal. And that actually kind of is a good stand-in for a cat being loyal, if you ask me. And so we are going to put in here originally created by Speedy Fox AMV. And then let's see, anything else? He once was a member of the City Cats and has been on the lookout for allies for quite some time. Son of Raccoon Leap, and then the website is hollowdusk.webs.com. That's actually dedicated to this cat, so I'm going to like refer there, but this is our new Hollow Dusk, who's going to be part of our world and have his own unique stories be told. So I'm going to give him a bit of a higher voice, I think. Make sure that I made him a male. Yep. And he's good to go for Meadow Clan, you guys. All right. So I think it's time to make maybe 1 or 2 cats that will start going into the other clans. So let me make 1 more cat today, and this cat is actually not going to be a member of Meadow Clan, but is going to be a member of one of our incoming rogue clans instead. How did I end up with a ferret? How did I end up with an actual ferret? I had this saved inside of my Sims folder. What on earth? There's a ferret in my game. What is this? Okay, guys, when I said we had another user-created, amazing original character cat to add in, this is not what I meant. I did not mean a ferret. So we will not be keeping said ferret, but I suppose at some point in time I downloaded a cat that looks like a ferret, and that is something that we might one day have running around inside of our world just because it may automatically generate in. So that made things very interesting, and I really wouldn't mind actually having some of my Sims in my legacy stories end up with a ferret as a pet by using the cat skin this way. This is definitely pretty cool. But alright guys, we are back with our 3rd and final of your original character warrior cats for the day. It is another Tom. I know so many of you guys are going to be excited about that, and his name is Fallowhawk, and he comes as a loner. So he is a stray loner on the path for redemption, submitted by Jillian Simpson, and she submitted an amazing story for him. And while we're editing his coat, I will tell you guys about his story. But he is going to have, okay, his basic description includes: Fallowhawk is a tall cat with a proud aura. He holds himself with pride and intimidation. His chest is large and bold and is a deep black color. His pelt overall is a silky deep forest brown with light undertones, much like the dapples under a forest canopy. He has bright white socks that stand out against his deep brown coat. His ears are the same stunning white along with half his face. So as you guys can tell, I'm going to have a lot to work with here. There's quite a bit to his coat, so I'm going to see how quickly we can put this together, because this is pretty cool. And I also have to pick a different cat breed to start with. I can't believe I have a ferret. How did I end up with a ferret? I don't even know. And I'm going to need a lot of cat to work with for this particular cat, I think. So let's go with, if not the Maine Coon, I think, does he have a long tail? His tail is incredibly poofy and long, which adds to the intimidating look. So let's go ahead with a Norwegian Forest Cat, I think, and we'll maybe work with his base as a long, fluffy, intimidating cat with adorable, look at those little eyes. How could that be intimidating? So we've got quite a bit to work with here. And Fallowhawk actually has a really interesting story as a former clan cat whose clan was destroyed because they were just a very small clan. They didn't really have enough strength to stand up to some of the competing clans in the area, and he was taken in as a young kit by one of the clans that like destroyed his small clan he was from, his clan of origin, with his sister Rabbit Kit, who became Rabbit Paw and eventually Rabbit Step, and he could never forgive that other clan for what they had done to his family, destroying the small clan that he had been part of and integrating the kits into their own clan. And so he ended up working with a very not great group of city cat strays, a stray cat gang from the big city called the Sidewalk Steppers, I believe is their name. Jillian left an amazingly long comment, so if I'm kind of bumbling some of this, I apologize, Jillian. But the Sidewalk Steppers ended up working with Fallowhawk here and helping him to destroy the clan that he was adopted into. So he tried to have vengeance on the clan that took him in after destroying his original clan, but the Sidewalk Steppers were defeated and he was banished from the clan, and his sister Rabbit Step turned her back on him and claimed to know nothing about her plans, even though he had been trying for so long to convince her, but we're from a clan that was destroyed by these people. You can't grow attached to them. You can't love them. And now Fallowhawk finds himself really struggling because of what he has done and trying to find a way to redeem himself in the world. So he wanders around as a loner. He's always looking for something to do every 24/7. He likes to be super busy. He's a busybody. He likes to be working. He has a quick temper, but he is also a good listener. And so I imagine he has lately been trying to redeem himself by walking amongst the loner cats and the barn cats and trying to find out what is bothering them and helping them how he can, while he continues to try to study up what he did wrong and how to redeem himself after ending up getting so many cats killed in that battle between the Sidewalk Steppers and the clan that took him in. I wonder too if you will ever have a chance to really think about the way that the world works, survival of the fittest, and what does it mean to be a clan? Do you have to be strong to defend your clan? Or is it just that every clan should be allowed to live out their lives? But what happens when survival is questioned if there's not enough prey? And I think he has a lot of intense questions on his head, and he definitely is sort of like a little rogue loner of justice, doing what he can to try to redeem his life now. And I have a feeling that Fallowhawk may end up playing an important role in our incoming adventures. So he's got a lot of specific bits to his coat. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of speed through this and try to see if I can make his coat look really like the description, because it's very cool, very detailed, and may end up resulting in a lot of really awesome kits. But I really love his backstory, and I really love the idea of him being able to sort of be like our little Batman, to like Batman of the clan cats. But we'll have to see if he's going to end up slipping back into his city cat ways. We've had a lot of city cats today, so alright, I wonder what that's all about, cough cough. And let's get his look and design prepared. Oh no, I thought the whole time that I was recording that for a speed through, but I forgot to hit record, and now we're finally done. So I still want to kind of fiddle with a few of the bits and bobs, but this is going to be our brand new cat. And let me actually lighten this part up right here and maybe move his little chest pieces around so that they're in different spots. But this is going to be Fallowhawk. So he was a very complicated cat to make. I'm not sure if every cat we make would end up being this complicated when you guys describe them, but man, it was really fun. It was a good challenge to try out making a different kind of cat in Sims 3 as well. So let me maybe lighten this up a little bit. And I really tried out a lot more with experimenting with the layering than I normally do, and I think he came out pretty cool. Definitely extremely unique compared to how our cats normally do. Oh, there we go. That helps out. Block off the white ears. We want them to be white ears, but not like too terribly white. There that looks really cool. Okay, I think there's definitely a few things that I could tweak here and there, but guys, wow. Oh, that really helps out actually. Yeah, Sims 3 has a lot more customability to these cats than I have ever really been able to give credit to, and I think I'm doing a slightly better job this time, and I really like how everything has turned out. Let me go ahead and add one more layer. And I hope that seeing how complicated this cat can become might help you guys with some of your descriptions. And I think he's a little bit more red than what I was really going for, but it can be a little bit tricky to work with browns, actually, in Sims 3 I'm finding. But I really like the results, so I hope you guys like him too. This is going to be Fallowhawk, and like I said, he's kind of going to be a very busybody, in your face, curious about what everybody is up to and trying to figure out if he can ever redeem himself for what happened with the clan. He did get a lot of cats killed after all, and he has to face that question pretty often. So I imagine he's pretty hard on himself, and right now, in my mind, he sort of is trying again and again to redeem himself by helping out maybe the elderly or the other clans or the other cats over at the barn. And I think that he may actually not like clans at all. I think that he is really majorly against the idea of clans, doesn't really want to have anything to do with clans. He thinks they're all just a big sham at this point, and that they're really only out for themselves. They can claim to want to protect all of the cats and take care of their cats, but really they're just out. They're out for themselves. But I think he's very pretty. So that was the most complicated cat I've ever tried to make, but it was a very detailed description, so I did my best. I hope he looks pretty awesome. We're going to give him his special personality now. So he's going to be, I imagine, a very, you know what, he is kind of aggressive. I think he is sort of like, he's definitely proud. I'm going to say proud is his attempts to try to solve things. I think that he's going to be a genius because he overthinks everything. And I think that he is going to be a little bit aggressive because he has quite the temper. So he also is very much against clan cats. He thinks clans, like I said, are just a big sham. Clan cats can claim to be all about honor and following warrior codes and all of those things, but that just ends up resulting in the bloodshed of innocent cats in his mind. And maybe that's because he did cause some of that himself. All right, I think his nose is also supposed to be black. Double checking really quickly. A very long description, so it does take me a minute to zip through everything. Oh, white nose. Okay, and white nose. I think that's as white as you can make the noses in Sims 3. Like kind of this little gray nose right there. All right, there we go. Nice. I'm pretty proud about that. All right, so there's the very last cat of the day, guys. Again, I'm so sorry if your cats were not included. This was very complicated to make just this many cats. Why is there a ferret description in here? I don't need a ferret. Thank you very much. We're going to have Fallowhawk, originally created by Jillian Simpson. There we go. He has a very heavy past and does his best to see that justice is done now. He does not like clans, but tries not to hold that against individual cats, but often fails. There we go. He's going to be a pretty complex kitty cat to play with, and I'm pretty excited about that. But again, thank you guys so much for this. This is so exciting to be able to see your characters submitted. I'm already getting so many ideas for a ton of them, and their personalities are immediately coming to life as I work with them and build them. I am still super duper busy, as you guys know, because I'm on my romantic lakeside retreat with my beloved Chips to celebrate the end of his first year of his PhD program at the moment. But when I come back, and in between also having to go to North Carolina and temporarily moving to Taiwan, I am going to be working on building that website where you guys will be able to go and download the cats and add them into your own world, and also see credit given to the people who originally came up with them. This is a slow but steady way that I hope to really pull in your guys' community ideas. I love it. I hope you can understand that with thousands of submissions, I can only do so much. But if the support continues to be so strong, I may start dedicating at least a couple days a week to making a few cats at a time, so we can try to make a little bit of headway. So I hope you are all having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.